This is interesting. The very definition of caregiving is to be thinking of another, providing care for another person. And yet I have never met a caregiver who hasn't spoken of his or her guilt. And yet the thing is, the very nature of guilt is to put ourselves as the center of our focus. So how can you be a caregiver that is constantly thinking of someone else and have guilt that puts yourself as the central focus? So it makes no sense, right? Let me break it down for you. When we feel guilt, we tend to focus on ourselves. When we focus on our loved ones, we tend to feel compassion and loving kindness. Here's a few things to consider about guilt when we contemplate our guilt stone. Guilt can contain resentment. You might resent the fact that you alone have to make difficult decisions. You may resent the myriad difficulties of now caring for your loved one. Then, resentment turns to guilt when you acknowledge that this wasn't your loved one's choice or fault. You may feel angry that you're going to be abandoned, but again, you know it's not your loved one's fault or choice to leave you, so your misdirected anger can make you feel guilty. You feel guilty because you don't think you'll ever be able to do enough for your loved one, or you don't think you'll be able to care for him well enough. This can lead to shame and hopelessness. You may feel guilty over feeling fear if you say to yourself, "What right do I have to be afraid? He's the one living with dementia. I have no right to feel afraid." So when we're contemplating our guilt stone, we want to realize that the silver lining to this difficult feeling is to know that often we're feeling guilt because we love our loved one so deeply that we want to give of ourselves completely. And because we may be too demanding of ourselves, too hard on ourselves, too critical of ourselves. Then we can remind ourselves that perfectionism is not possible, that we're doing the very best we can, and take comfort in knowing that we're learning and improving our skills day by day. This is called a growth mindset, and it can make us feel hopeful and help us become more resilient and thrive in the face of adversity. Can we give her a cookie?
We can give her a cookie.
Okay, this one. So yesterday was 89. We're counting backwards.
Uh-huh.
Okay, number 88. Dun, 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 dun. It's going to help you out there.
Okay. Okay, doggy. Wait. Sit. Have you been a good doggy? She has been a good doggy. Okay, good doggy. One for you.
Wow, number 88. Thank you, Cookie.
88.